Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the National Football League. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Brandon Wilson to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now Burrow. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
DJ Reader there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So we had the touchdown and 2-point conversion to start the game. At least they're able to come back and get 3 on the board for their opening drive.
Yeah, and most coaches will always say, just give me something on the opening drive. Anything you can put up on the board, you feel better about things. And in this case, I like the fact that they resisted the urge to try and match them big because just get the points on the board. You're okay, even though.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Eric Kendricks in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. And he's got it. Touchdown Bengals. C.J. Uzomah from 21 yards away. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, here's Cousins. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Wilson now on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On third down, Cousins looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38.
Joseph's got it.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game, and they feel even better about him leading their team.
Well, he's hoping to put them into a better spot after this drive.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah. As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none. Because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Hey, he better hope that he's lonesome because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins, throw left side on target to Thielen. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A big play there. Cousins to Thielen, 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cousins to throw it. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. That little setback there on first down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's third and goal. Cook. And this time he is in. Yes. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now it's Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And quickly, they get to the line. On first and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow dancing to his left. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bengals have taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And some room to work. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Extra point safely through, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive.
Come on, boy. Come on. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Steps away to his left. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. To throw again on second down, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for Cincinnati. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a deep
touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, 31 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 65 yards.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The return man, Wilson.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to, and that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Flush to his right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here we go with Burrow. Forced out to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants in the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a total.